Hello, welcome. This is Sports Tonight. We're broadcasting live from Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. It's good to have you join us to talk sports. I'm Austin Okonakwa, and it's the Wednesday night edition. It's going to be a short show, but we'll try to, help you keep up with the pace of what's going on in our world of sports. We're monitoring what's going on in the English Premier League. Jose Mourinho walked into Old Trafford with a bottle of champagne just before kickoff in that match between Manchester United and Tottenham. He said, Ole, you can have it. We love Jose. A lot of mind games. Half-time it is in that match between Man U and Tottenham. It's 1-1. It was Rashford that got things on the way for Manchester United as early as the 6th minute, and then they kept pressing. But just before half-time, Dele Alli leveled up for Jose Mourinho's Tottenham side. So it's 1-1. Chelsea is also busy tonight. We'll take a look at some of the live results from the English Premier League. Halftime in that one. Chelsea, they got the open scoring through Tammy Abraham. They're dancing, singing that the guy is back. But then they couldn't hold on to that lead as Aston Villa drew level 1-1. The English Premier League will get our attention tonight on the program. Be part of the show. Wherever you're in the world watching us, you can talk to us, particularly on those talks that we started yesterday. Athletics administration in Nigeria. More troubles, crisis in the Athletics Federation of Nigeria. And we've been asking, what are the ways we can ensure that our leadership is right when talking about sports administration in Nigeria? I'll be part of the discussion tonight on Twitter, channels_sports, Facebook, channels-sports. And on look, it's not even a proper fit. Everyone talks here and there. It should have been Messi. It should have been Ronaldo. It should have been Van Dijk. After Lionel Messi won a record 6th Ballon d'Or, it's been reactions and more reactions. So yesterday, I said, let's take it to another level. And I asked the question, is Messi the greatest? Let's keep that conversation going tonight on the program. Let's move on with the show now. Continue our countdown to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. It's now 232 more days to go. 232 more days to go. We're counting down to the Olympics, and no peace in the Athletics Federation of Nigeria. It's more crisis because right after the Congress today in Awka, which, by the way, the Ministry of Youth and Sports says is illegal, just because, remember, the group, the first AFM board, now we need to start dividing them. A first board in Abuja yesterday, they met, about 8 of them, and they said the number needed to actually carry board duties of the Athletics Federation of Nigeria. They said, look, the president, Ibrahim Gusau, you've got questions to answer, allegations here and there. The Puma deal, this money is not paid to athletes. That's monies that are missing. So can you just step aside so we can do a thorough investigation and then take it up from there? So the group told Ibrahim Gusau to step aside. But Ibrahim Gusau and 3 other board members were in Awka getting ready for the Congress that went down today. So let's give you a background review. Let's go back to that board meeting that took place in Abuja, where the AFM board members told the president to step aside.
Express his dismay at the flagrant violation of the Federation Constitution by its president, former president, Engineer Ibrahim Gusau, who called an annual Congress of the AFN in utter disregard of the provision of the Constitution, Section 614. The board noted the agreement the president entered into the sportswear manufacturer, Puma, without formal documentation. The president signed the deal without the knowledge and approval of the board and the knowledge and signature of the Secretary General. The concerning of the Federation document, records, and properties. The board frowned at the president's penchant for taking decisions unilaterally without the board's approval. The board also frowned at the president's refusal to either pay athletes, coaches, and other officials' allowances or not pay in full at major international competitions. The board noted that the young athletes who attended the African Youth and Junior Championship in Abidjan in April 2019 are yet to be paid. Athletes who also attended the IAF World Relays in Yokohama, Japan in May 2019 have not also been paid, while those who attended the IAF World Championship in Doha have not been paid in full, despite the release of funds for this competition by the government. The board also frowned at the president's unilateral decision to vomit funds meant for the payment of allowances for the junior athletes to Abidjan to prosecute the IAF World Relays, a competition World Athletics paid for, or half of the team, to the event. The board unanimous decision of members present resolved that the president should step aside. I repeat, the board unanimously agreed today that the president should step aside for an investigation to be conducted over his infractions, and the vice president will act in his absence.
So that was how it started. The vice president, Honorable Olamide Judge, saying, look, the board has agreed unanimously that the president, Ibrahim Gusau, should step aside so we can investigate all of these allegations placed on him. And so that made him, right there from that board meeting in Abuja, the acting president. I told you that at the time they were having this meeting, Ibrahim Gusau, Solomon Ogba, Sunday Adele, and some other members, state members of the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, they were in Oka getting ready for the Extraordinary Congress, which, by the way, the ministry and that board in Abuja says is illegal. Ibrahim Gusau says that what they did in Abuja was motivated by self-interest and ethnicity. Let's listen to him.
There are several issues that came up, and when you have individuals that feel if it's not them at the helm of affairs, it shouldn't be anyone else. And of course, now they think they have a person in place who promotes that idea, of course, that you need to come from a certain part of the country to be a head of some federations. So I believe this has promoted the issue of if not them, who? Let me take you to memory lane. Since 1944, this federation has been existing, and I am the first northerner to be the president. And go and check the results of my election. It was a whopping landslide election for me to head the board. I'm not in this board for the first time. Of course, check my pedigree, and I've been in sport for 27 years. Aside from participating in sport, I've been a sponsor of sports. I think I've paid my dues, and I think whoever is promoting that idea should know that Nigeria belongs to all. It doesn't belong to only part of some part of the country. So yes, again, in answer to your question, some people feel if not them, nobody should head these affairs.
So, does that settle the problems in the Athletics Federation of Nigeria? No. But does it make us understand the crisis? Yes, it does. But Ibrahim Gusau needs to answer those allegations raised by the board in Abuja. So, by the way, after that interview that we had with Ibrahim Gusau, they went on with the Congress. And remember, in the communique I showed you last night, the board member says that they need to have 60 days notice before a Congress, and that didn't happen. And so they said that we will not be part of that Congress because it is illegal. Ibrahim Gusau and his team, they went on with the Congress. And at that Congress, they agreed and declared that the Athletics Federation of Nigeria will experience autonomy from the ministry, that they will be independent. That's what Gusau's group declared. They declared autonomy from the Ministry of Youth and Sports. And then you start asking the question, what's going on? Because the ministry funds the federation, and the ministry, they're saying, if we fund the federation and we're asking questions, how is that interference? That's what the Minister of Youth and Sport is saying. They're saying, we constitute the board, we conduct your election, we administer your oath of office, so how is the Ministry of Sports interfering? So the Ministry of Youth and Sports says that talk about autonomy is laughable. That's what the Ministry of Youth and Sports, the Minister Sunday Dari, it says it's laughable because we take care of the 38 federations. That's what the ministry says. And that there's no way, and according to the ministry again, that no athletes can travel out of this country to represent Nigeria without clearance from the ministry. So how does the AFN and this Gusau group intend to to have autonomy from the Ministry of Youth and Sports. So we're just trying to let you understand where all of this is going. When you talk about athletics in Nigeria, doesn't look good for the sports, knowing that we are counting down to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. I just reminded you that it's now 232 days to go, and track and field is where we're expecting to win medals. And this is happening. No peace, no unity. So a lot of questions need to be asked, because the Ministry of Youth and Sports, they've been accused. Sunday Adeleye was on the show last night, said the ministry is taking side, the minister is talking for this side. And the ministry, they have explained that, look, we had a poor performance at the World Championships in Doha. And so the ministry constituted a committee to take a look at Nigeria's performance at the Olympics, understand why we didn't do so well. That committee came out with their recommendations and said, look, Sunday Adeleye, the technical director, is incompetent, and advised that he should leave the Athletics Federation of Nigeria. So that's what the ministry acted upon. AFN says that's interference. And so Solomon Ogba, former president of the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, who until the time of his resignation was a board member, came in through the philanthropist route, said, no, I don't like what's going on. There's too much interference, so I quit. Ogba says he's not doing it anymore. Ministry says, and the other group says, no, we are not going to accept your resignation. You need to answer questions. There are a lot of investigations going on, a lot of missing funds, and you need to answer those questions. So that's where we are with this AFN crisis. It's a drama series. A lot will be coming out. I just want to run through some of the resolutions from that extraordinary Congress that went down in Awka, the Anambra State capital, where the ministry, by the way, and the other 8 members that were absent says, look, we're not going to be part of this. This is illegal. We don't want it, and it's not going to stand. A lot of recommendations and resolutions went down. So that's a copy of the press statement that was released right after that extraordinary Congress. I just want to start from number 3 that says the extraordinary Congress, which was convened pursuant to Article 6.1.7 of the Athletics Federation of Nigeria 2017, critically examined the current governance challenges of athletics administration in Nigeria with a view to finding lasting solutions. That's the one that concerns me. A view to finding lasting solutions. Let's just run through to the next page. Let's see number 5. They noted the resignation of Chief Solomon Ogba from the board of the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, but rejected the said resignation and urged him to continue contributing towards the growth and development of athletics and indeed other sports in Nigeria. So that Gusau's group says, no, Solomon Ogba, you are too precious to athletics in Nigeria. You're not going. Now see the next one. They declared its autonomy and independence from the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports Development in line with international best practices and in conformity with the statutes of the World Athletics and the Confederation of African Athletics. The ministry says it's laughable. I just want to stop there because see loads of resolutions from that stuff. The ministry says, no. What are you talking about? Autonomy. What sort of autonomy are you talking about? That it is the ministry that conducts election. It is the ministry that administers your oath of office. It is the ministry, most importantly, that funds you when you want to go for competition. Then in what ways can this group now claim autonomy from the Ministry of Youth and Sports? And according to the ministry, they're just pushing the panic button for the International Association of Athletics to suspend Nigeria. And I'm asking this question before I move on. Who is not considering the sport, the athletes, the people that love athletics? Why are we not considering them? The persons that say they are passionate, what's going on? So we've heard about illegalities here and there. Can we now look up to the law to just bring some sanity, some orderliness, because with the way it's going now, it's not looking good for the development of athletics in Nigeria. So that's the updates coming from this AFN leadership crisis. We'll continue to monitor it. I know more we come out of this, but hopefully we believe that they'll come to a position where they will find solutions to all of the problem. Let's go to the English Premier League now and check out what's going on. We're still monitoring live results. Look at it right there. Chelsea now have the lead over Aston Villa. It's 2-1. Leicester City, they're enjoying a fantastic form this season. Let's see how far they can go. They lead Watford by a single goal. Manchester United now 2-1 against Tottenham. Leicester with that goal, Jamie Vardy from the penalty spot. It's not looking good for Jose Mourinho in his return to Old Trafford, but I'm sure his team will continue fighting. Let's see how that one is going to end. Southampton 2, Norwich City 0, and Wolves keeping their 1-0 lead that they enjoyed at halftime before the break over West Ham. The side stands. Live results from match day 15 of the English Premier League, arguably the most entertaining league in the world. Also dramatic, particularly with the introduction of the video assistant referee. Let's get on quickly, bring the discussion back home now. The Nigeria Professional Football League rescheduled match between Aqua Starlets and Kano Pillars. Kano Pillars, they know they need to start winning. And yes, they did that today in Uyo against Aqua Starlets. Then they're 2-1. They would like this one so much. Rabiu Ali is back in the team, and this is some good relief for the team. So now in 2 matches, they've been able to gather 4 points. Remember, they played match day 6 with Plateau United, ended goalless, and today they got a good win over Aqua Starlets. Another away victory we are seeing in the Nigeria Professional Football League. So just in case you've not been following, you should start following now. Look at what that win did for Kano Pillars. They are now 15th on the table. Before they were down there struggling. Now 15th on the league table with 6 points. Would you believe it? That Kano Pillars, after 6 matches, will be struggling with just 6 points. Hey, that's what it is. Plateau United still enjoying an unbeaten run so far and top of the table. So that's it right there in the Nigeria Professional Football League. Let's let you know that some Nigerians are still in the running for the CAF Awards. And it's good to see Odioni Alo, the Confederation of African Football. They have cut down the list of nominees for the 2019 CAF Awards, with Nigerian players still in the running following the completion of the first phase of voting. Let's see if they can continue. Former Asparagus forward Odioni Alo is among the 10-man shortlist for the African Player of the Year, while Super Falcons forward Asisat Oshoala is nominated in the women's category. Elsewhere, Samuel Chukwueze and Victor Osimhen are on the 5-man shortlist for the Youth Player of the Year award. So let's see if they can make it to the final shortlist. That's how far we can go on this edition of the show. But keep the conversation going on Twitter. We're Channels_Sports, Facebook channels IFN Sports. That's the show. For the team, I'm Austin Okonakwan. In everything you do, remember, let's keep talking sports. Bye for now.